Good morning, everybody. Paul Daemen, Nicaragua Real Estate Team. And here today, I was going to do something different. Have a little discussion about the tax authority, also called a DGI. Okay? And what we're going to talk about is specifically related to real estate, not cars, not motorcycles, specifically real estate. The first thing that you're going to see is the sheet that basically says La Dirección General de Ingresos, DGI. And here you will show what are the tax bases from, let's say, from 0 to 50,000 US, from 50,001 cent or 1 penny to $100,000, etc. Then you see where it says Porcentaje Aplicable. What is the percentage rate going to be applied? Looks simple enough, but if all you do is use that, then you might have a problem. So let me show you some examples and talk about those examples, and that should give you a good idea what might happen on a property that you are thinking of buying here in Nicaragua. Thank you. So as you can see, I wrote the Excel sheet out that says detailed taxes for the real estate purchase. I basically have 3 examples. One was provided, 2 of them were provided by our team in Managua, and 1 was provided by myself. Okay, so let's look at the first one. It's a house in Managua that had a contract value of $76,000. Now, based on the DGI tax table, that would mean that it had a tax rate of 2%. So you would have to pay $1,520. But hold on. The problem is that DGI is not using the contract value. They have their own table, and they will apply their rate, which could be higher or lower. And all I can tell you, it will always be higher, okay? So the possible rate that it was estimated at was $113,000, which would be at a 3% tax rate, or a payment of $3,390. So what actually happened was that DGI rated that property at $150,000, which had a tax base of 3. I'm almost going to say it was a 4 because it would be 0.01, right? But that's what it was. Nevertheless, they had to pay in addition of $2,980, which was between contract value and the actual rate applied by DGI. Okay, the second property is provided by Pedro, which was a lot in Granada. The contractor rate was $20,000, which would be a 1%, $200 of tax. The possible rate at DGI would have been estimated at $34,000, and only still at 1%, giving you $340 to pay. In this instance, DGI rated the land at $48,000. And on this one, they should have done a 1%, but the actuality, they pushed the envelope to make it 2%. So the difference between what the contract was at $200 versus the actual pay for DGI was $960. So there was a $760 difference. And finally, here's one that we did in Juan del Sur. It was like I said, a house. And that house contract value was $190,000, which would have had a tax rate of 3%. That would bring the taxes to pay at $5,700. The possibility that we thought was going to happen is that DGI would push the envelope and bring it up to a 4%, so $210, and that would have created a tax payment of $8,400. In reality, they rated the property at $230,000 at 4%, which is $9,200, or a difference of $3,500 in taxes. So as you can see, there are some differences there. So what we are doing is basically showing the different potential tables to a buyer. And here's an example that a property was being bought by a person, and that person was going to pay $80,000 for that property. And based on that, we asked the legal cost, we asked what it would cost to inscribe the property, the cadastral fee, and the DGI. As you can see, the DGI estimated was $2,400, and to register the property in Rivas was $1,200. Okay? And I want to end this conversation by basically saying we have been fortunate enough with these type of spreadsheets where the buyer has been fairly well informed and has that type of information that they need to understand fully the cost of purchase of a property here in Nicaragua. As always, if you have any questions or any comments, please be so kind, look at the description below in the YouTube video, or drop us a WhatsApp message, or drop us an email. Thank you for watching this new video on DGI, taxes of real estate property.